The Conquest of Bread, written by Peter Kropotkin, narrated by Kenneth Elliot. Preface. One of the current objections to communism and socialism altogether is that the idea is so old, and yet it could never be realized. Schemes of ideal states haunted the thinkers of ancient Greece. Later on, the early Christians joined in communist groups. Centuries later, large communist brotherhoods came into existence during the Reform movement. Then the same ideals were revived during the great English and French revolutions. And finally, quite lately, in 1848, a revolution, inspired to a great extent with socialist ideals, took place in France. And yet you see, we are told, how far away is still the realization of your schemes. Don't you think that there is some fundamental error in your understanding of human nature and its needs? At first sight, this objection seems very serious. However, the moment we consider human history more attentively, it loses its strength. We see, first, that hundreds of millions of men have succeeded in maintaining amongst themselves, in their village communities, for many hundreds of years, one of the main elements of socialism, the common ownership of the chief instrument of production, the land, and the apportionment of the same according to the labor capacities of the different families. And we learn that if the communal possession of the land has been destroyed in Western Europe, it was not from within, but from without, by the governments which created a land monopoly in favor of the nobility and the middle classes. We learn, moreover, that the medieval cities succeeded in maintaining in their midst for several centuries in succession a certain socialized organization of production and trade, that these centuries were periods of a rapid intellectual, industrial, and artistic progress, and that the decay of these communal institutions came mainly from the incapacity of men of combining the village with the city, the peasant with the citizen, so as jointly to oppose the growth of the military states, which destroyed the free cities. The history of mankind, thus understood, does not offer, then, an argument against communism. It appears, on the contrary, as a succession of endeavors to realize some sort of communist organization, endeavors which were crowned with a partial success of a certain duration. And all we are authorized to conclude is that mankind has not yet found the proper form for...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?